Hi guys, I'm going to talk while I'm sewing, but remember we put pretty sides together, okay? I set and even up the edges. I usually will put in a pin because that's what I'm sewing to, okay? I sent your sewing in the mail, so you should get it. And we start where the lines cross. I drew all the sewing lines to make it easier. Okay? You're just folding the fabric over the needle. Try not to make your stitches too big. If it's too big, you can pull it out. I usually don't poke myself because I use my nails, my fingernails, to kind of check where my needle point is. When you pull it out, make sure you pull it flat. Some of you, if you started too close to the edge or too far away from the edge, I might have started you over. I sent you an extra threaded needle. Just when you pull the needle through, make sure it lays flat. I think my pentagons are a little bit bigger than yours, so yours might go a little bit faster. But the sewing line, we need that seam allowance, because if you don't have a seam allowance, then your ball might fall apart if you put it in the wash. So that seam allowance is a good thing. The pin tells me I not only does it hold the fabric in place, but it tells me when I'm at the end of my sewing, because that's where I'm going to stop. Sometimes when I get to a corner, I like to make a double stitch, just because that'll strengthen the corner, and that's where most of your wear and tear will be. When I get to that corner, I open it out. I add my next color. I line up those far corners, put in my pin to know where I'm going to stop. This is going to stick out a little bit on the back. It's not going to be even with where you start sewing because you need that seam allowance. And then you just sew on the line. Again, try and make your stitches not too big. You should be getting your sewing in the mail in a 6x9 brown envelope that has my return address. And remember, we're always doing pretty sides together. I made this kind of short on purpose because I wanted to show you again how to knot it. You take a little stitch and you get that loop, put your needle through, that makes your knot. I usually do 2. Okay? After you make that second knot, you can cut it off. You want to leave about 3/4 to an inch of string so it won't undo itself in the wash. Okay? It won't unravel because we don't want it to unravel. And with your new string, you just start up again. I did send you an extra needle that's already threaded. I didn't send you any extra thread because I wasn't quite sure how to get that through the mail. But since you're only going to have about a week's worth of classes, I figured you could maybe get your flower done, maybe get 2 flowers done. I did post some other things on Edmodo. So here I've come to the corner. I make my double stitch, open it out, and then I'm going to add my next color. I line up those end angles. Put in my pin. Line up my edges. And continue sewing. So try and see if you can get your flowers done. If you mess up, just put it all back in the bag and bring it back to school. When we come to school, some things I can fix, some things we just start over. We'll figure it out. So I will show you after I get my flowers done, I'll show you how to put the sides together. I'll make a little video, okay, and put it on Edmodo. Put the link to it on Edmodo. So for now, stay safe, be healthy. We'll talk to you again. Bye.